Wish I could walk away. Wish I didn't have to see your face again. I wish I could.
With 3 races to go for the National Auto Racing Club, the points have not been tighter. 3 drivers all in for the mix for that top spot. As heat race number 1, these drivers are already gridding up. We're at Knoxville Raceway for the 360 sprint cars. This is Whiskey Oval _ TV. My name is Jake. Thank you all for tuning in here tonight. It's going to be a fun one, man. The 360 sprints, iRating cap of 3,000. As these drivers go to war with each other. At Knoxville, a little bit of race info up there on your screen for the School of Sim Racing. Track length 0.51, half-mile racetrack. Altitude 922. Obviously, the city is Knoxville. What a pristine track this is, man. I have not made it here yet. But eventually one day I will make it. Here is the, not the schedule, here are the points. Zach J. Miller leads it, a 5:07. Thomas Brandon back there in second place, 4:75. Then you have Michael. Can he recover? Can he bounce back and make it back out on top? He's back in third place with 4:70. I'll try to break down the points even better later on into the race. Here's a grid up there on your screen. Thomas Brandon on pole, Patrick, Corey, Kyle, Bryce, Mace, Jacob, Todd, and Denton. As a pace truck pulls off the racetrack. And we're waiting for the green flag, and the green flag is out. And we're going to shimmy a shive down into turn 1 and see how the dominoes will fall at the end of the night. The sun is still out. The track lights are on. But when the sun goes down, the lights are fully on. It's completely dark outside. This track is a complete monster. As Thomas Brandon leads lap number 1. Good little cushion. Corey Austin right there in second place. Track is extremely tacky. Nobody had any practice out here. Patrick Spangler holding down that third spot. Top 3 send him straight to the Mac Daddy show. Spangler looks to the inside of Corey Austin, but can't make nothing happen. Kyle Madsen there on the backside of a Mad Dog there on the top wing. As Mad Dog Madsen goes to that cushion, to that middle side of the racetrack, trying to extend these straightaways a little bit. Bryce back there and rounding out the top 5. Good battle for 6th, 7th, 8th place. And you have Denton back here rounding out the field. Nobody has made a pass besides Corey Austin. He started in he started in third place. And now he's up to second, qualifying, making a huge deal, making a big part. They make contact back here. One car slams the outside wall. And that's going to be Mace. I think it was Mason. I think it was Jacob. I don't want to lie. One of them. As Mace, man, he got the short end of the stick, and he slammed the outside wall quite hard. Back up front we go, though. Lap 7 of 10, a minute, 47 seconds into this race. Then Corey Austin trying to put a little bit of pressure on Thomas Brandon. Corey Austin needs to pull a tear off. He doesn't want to, though. I pull a tear off about every single lap. It is full throttle around here early on. No checkup whatsoever. Flat out, rip it around this place as they come off of turn 2. Thomas Brandon trying to hold it down. They do get points. They do get championship points for the heat races. So keep that in mind. Thomas Brandon back in second place in the championship points. So he works down the backstretch for the very last time here in heat race number 1, and he's going to get some points. Corey Austin, second place. Patrick Spangler, back to third. Kyle Madsen, fourth. Bryce, fifth. To round out the top 5, and what a good race that was, man. That was classic. That was a classic sprint car. Flat out, don't check up. Track is brand new, very tacky. Just let it rip. So we get ready to rock and roll for heat race number 2. And we're going to do the grid a little bit earlier this time. And here we go. Pete, Rocket Motorsports driver, the number 1 car. He's on a pole. Michael Birthday, the guy that was leading in points by quite a bit. He has not made the A, man. Listen, I don't want to harp on this too bad because I feel like I've been harping on this for back-to-back races, but you got to talk the storyline. Michael has not made the A main for back-to-back weeks. Can he finally rebound and get back to the Mac Daddy show? I think he did make it. 2 weeks ago, but he got crashed out. Anyways, he's back to second place. SSR Elite driver. Very fast driver. Just needs some luck to go his way. Eric Summerfield, Garmin Sim Racing, back to third place. Daniel Kelly with Kelly Motorsports there in fourth. Brandon Garmin with Garmin Sim Racing. We got 2 teammates, third and fifth place. Dylan Evers, Big Dog Racing. He'll be back in sixth place. Jero Mai. That's just fun. Team SSR, number 20 machine. Jordan Etter, they back there in 8th place. And Chris Forcey, the wide open motorsports driver, rounding out the field there in 9th place. As we've seen heat race number 1, not a whole lot of passing. I think there was only one pass. And that was the guy that started in the second row there in the inside. He was able to move up 1. And then we had a crash with Mace slamming the outside wall after he got collected with another driver. Besides that, man, these drivers did not get to make any sort of practice laps. I don't think they did. I was sitting here waiting for them. They advanced the session a little bit early. So keep that in mind. These drivers, if they did not practice during the week, this is our first laps. So we're back under green for heat race number 2, lap 1. John, look at that restart. Shoots right out of a cannon like Rocket Motorsports. He works off of turn 2, and there comes roaring down the backstretch. The number 75 machine of Michael back there in second place. Just trying to make it to the end. Trying to make it to the A main. Time 3 advances. He works the bottom part of the racetrack. There it is, all the way to the inside berm. He almost makes contact with Daniel Kelly there on the outside. Here comes Dylan Evers now as Michael tries to slide right up in front of him. He's not going to be able to do it. As now Michael's still working the inside, and he gets passed by 2 drivers there on the outside. And he gets loose clicked as he hits the inside berm. 3 wide race in here for heat race number 2. Lap 4 of 10 we are working. And Dylan Evers has moved up to third place, and my apologies, it's a top 4. It's a top 4 that goes straight to the Mac Daddy show, and Mr. Summerfield back here has it. Jordan Etter is the outside looking in. He definitely wants that last spot. He wants it. Needs one more spot to make his night a little bit easier. Can he grab it from Eric Summerfield? As we jump right on board with Jordan Etter, the 65 machine, as he rips ellipse around turns 1 and 2. Sorry, now they're in turns 1 and 2. National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. They're to the outside, and you can see how close this racing is. Checking up on board with the race leader. Throw a blanket over the top three. John is trying to hold it down. Daniel Kelly trying to work the outside. We may have a crossover right here down the backstretch. This track is getting very, very racy early on into the night. I was a little bit worried that it wasn't going to get too racy until the A main feature, but I was wrong, and here comes Daniel Kelly. He's still trying to figure out a way to get around John. The gearbox camera, look at all those hungry hounds. 2 laps to go, 1 lap to go now. Top 4 advances. Eric Summerfield still has it. The number 20 machine of Jeremiah wants it, and here we go. Wheel to wheel down into the last corner. White flag out. Top 4 advances. It's going to be a drag race to the line. And Eric Summerfield was able to hold on to it in that 12 machine. Great run by him, man. That was all sorts of pressure as everybody, man. That was some packed racing coming off of turn 4. He raced 2 results up there on your race screen right now. Summerfield, 0.442. The number 20 machine. Summerfield with a 0.322. Then 5th place, outside looking in with a 0.442. And here's a grid for race number 3. And man, now I'm excited. Waylon Wilson, he's on pole with Kurt Ney there to his outside. Hunger Buster of Kale, the Dairy Queen machine. Back there in 3rd, Robert Boggs, 4th place. Daniel R. Hall, back there in 5th. Eric with DB Racing Enterprise, the 84 machine, back in 6th place. Ryan, 7th, and Todd back in 8th place. And if you remember last week here on Wiscoval_TV, Ryan Warshock, the number 77 machine, made a last lap pass for the win. Down on the bottom side, him and Thomas Brandon went to absolute war with each other. And Thomas hits the outside wall as Ryan goes down to the bottom side. And was able to capture that victory. Last lap pass, that was at Kokomo. As the lights on the pace truck is off, he'll be making that hard left-hand corner. And we'll be going green flag racing here at Knoxville Raceway. But Ryan, last week's winner, he's back in deep in the field, back in 7th spot. He needs to get to the top 4 so he can stay out of the C and B mains. We're stacked up, we're packed up, and here we go. Green flag out for heat race number 3. We'll see how the dominoes fall right here. Waylon Wilson is our race leader there in that number 19 machine as he works that bottom side and floats it like a butterfly all the way up to the cushion. Kurt Ney still holding down 2nd place. Nobody has made a pass yet. We're all single file. We're trying to knock down the boards here. Hunger Buster of Kale working this 3rd spot, riding right behind Kurt Ney, just kind of buying his time, sizing him up. We're halfway home to Mamba this time by. Left rear suspension, that is a view there behind him as Kel just taps the outside wall, and here comes Robert Boggs. Single filed out here in these 360 sprints, and Wilson just trying to make it home. Lap 7 of 10. We're 1 minute and 49 seconds into it. And the only pass out here on the racetrack is right here. Todd, he's moved up one spot. As everybody else, man, just buying their time. Everybody riding that high side. You got to wonder, though, when are the slide jobs going to come? Everybody's leaving that bottom door wide open. Outside looking in is Daniel Arhall. He needs a good run here tonight there in that number 72 machine. Will he capture that top 4 spot as he tries to work the outside? Robert Boggs almost slipped up and left that outside lane, and that could have ended bad. If Daniel Arhall would have grabbed that white flag out. Everybody still riding the cushion, leaving that bottom side wide open. Who's going to have the slide job here in the last corner? Absolutely nobody. Coming to the checkered flag, Wilson, Nay, Hunger Buster of Kale, and Robert Boggs. And those guys straight to the A main, and Daniel Arhall, Eric, Todd, and Ryan will have to go back to the C and B mains and try to work their way all the way up. Man, I was disappointed. I was riding on with a 5th place driver. I just knew it. I was like, man, I just have the vibe. I got the vibe. I knew he was going to do the slide job, but he didn't. He didn't. Anyways, he raced number 4. Here's a grid. Todd Wallace, driver out of New York, the number 28 machine. He's on pole with Tim Alton from the frozen land up north, Canada. Jareth Pike, the number 91 machine. He's back in 3rd place. Chris Schaefer, wide open motorsports driver, the number 23 car. He's back in the 2nd row outside. 3rd row inside, give it to Mason with Northeast Racing. And Trent Verstappen, 088 car. Another Canadian. He's up to 6. Jeffrey, driver from the crazy state called California. Then Alex Hamilton, just from the United States. He lives all over the place. They're in the number 24 machine. He'll be starting in 8th place. Point standings one last time up there. Remember, these drivers do get heat race points. That goes towards their championship points. Zach J. Miller has it. He has not raced yet. I got a little... I heard through the grapevines that he is having internet connections, and I do not believe I have seen him here tonight, and I do not think he connected due to internet issues, so I don't think he made tonight's race, and that's going to be a tough break. That is true. We should have, I think, one more heat race right after this. My apologies, I gotta change something up really quick. Gotta click a few buttons. Hopefully this all helps out. And then we'll get back to green flag racing as a pace truck is still out there. And that pace truck is off and you guys can't see. Now you guys should be able to see. Here we go, heat race number 4, exact same thing, 10 laps. We'll see if this thing gets racier, and we're already side by side back here. And these drivers want to do a little bit of racing. We are side by side, multiple rows deep, as Todd Walsh tries to skip away from the field. Canadian driver of Alton holds down P2, Jareth Pike and Jeffrey. They're going to be side by side coming off the 4. Look how close this racing gets. It's absolutely incredible. Side-by-side racing, wheel-to-wheel racing. As a 64 machine of Tim Alton, he is stuck down there on the bottom side. Can he find a gap next to those outside boards? Definitely looks like the fast way around. Will that outside lane hold? Can the 64 machine try to slide it on up? He tried to, almost puts Chris up into the fence. Sorry, Jareth Pike. High to the fence. Chris Schaefer is the outside car looking in, and they're the 21 machine. 23 machine. Inside the cockpit mode as Chris works to the bottom side of the 64. They're wheel-to-wheel down into turn one. Top four advances. The wide-open motorsports driver of Chris Schaefer has made it in right now. Can he hold it down? Lap 7 of 10. As this race got a lot more racier. Todd Wallace trying to hunt down Jeffrey, but he is Jareth there, right there behind him. And this track just looks different, man. It looks like it is just driving different. 360 sprints. This is open setups. As it looks like it is high side dominant. But everybody leaving that bottom side open. You just, like I said last heat race, you gotta wonder. So we are swapping back here. Slide job for Chris Schaefer. Sorry, Trent tried the slide job. Chris had the up and under to hold it down. White flag waves. Everybody's going to bring it on home, and Chris Schaefer's going to be the last car driver for Wide Open Motorsports. He's going to make it into the A main. Trent's on the outside looking in, man, but he gave a great effort down in turns 1 and 2. We almost missed it. As a SEA main event is upon us. 9 drivers are going to make it in, and the 75 machine of Michael Birthday is in it. Here's a grid. Michael, the 75 machine, he's on pole. Todd to the outside. Alex Hamilton there in 3rd place. Denton is working 4th. Brandon Garman with Garmin Selma Racing, the number 18 machine, rounding out the top 5 with our last week's winner of Ryan. He's back to 6th place. Mason with Northeast Racing, the number 36 car. He'll be back in 7th. Mace, as he just slammed the outside wall there in his heat race, and he raced number 1. And Chris with Wide Open Motorsports, he'll be back in 9th place. Top 4 advances, 10 laps, just like the heat races. As the sun is setting, the moon is coming up, the sky is getting dark, and man, this place changes. The vibe just changes here at Knoxville Raceway. Whenever the sun goes down and the track lights come on, the track is getting burnt in quite nicely. Everybody likes that high and scary sign next to the outside boards. But will that lane eventually go away, and that bottom side, will that come in? We'll all find out here shortly. SEA main event. These drivers trying to do the alphabet soup. Mason, the 36 machine, does not get the start back there in 9th place, so only 8 drivers in this. As a pace truck is off, these drivers are stacked up, packed up. We're going to get ready to shimmy and shive down into turn 1. Green flag waves on the number 8 machine of Denton did not fire. No hold bars. You got to do it. You're in the SEA main event. You have to get into the top 4. And Ryan, he gets loose. 2 cars smash the inside wall. Denton and Mace, 7th and 8th place, and the green flag is going to stay out. Back up front real quick, just checking up on board. There's our race leader. He has a very good, comfortable lead. Todd there in 2nd. Alex Hamilton 3rd. Chris Forsyth 4th. And Brandon Garman outside looking in. Ryan back in 6th, and Mace and Denton rounding out the field as everybody is kind of single filed out real quick. We'll go through the replay to see what happened. These drivers were 4 wide. One guy blinked in. He blinked out. And man, that is tough. Just kind of everybody just kind of ran out of room. A little bit of wheel touching, and then that was it. So here we go. Gap is up there on your race screen as the drivers work off at turn number 2 now. We're halfway home. Michael with a 0.8 second lead. Chris Forcey back here in third with a 1.8. Alex Hamilton fourth. But here we go. Ryan, last week's winner for about the 7th time tonight. He's all over that back bumper of the 24 of Alex Hamilton. They may have made contact side by side coming off at 4. Drag race down the backstretch. Everyone takes that high and scary line. Turns 1 and 2. Ryan had to check up, but back under gas pedal. Diamond cut, and he has it. Now he has a sight set for Chris, and can Chris hold it down? Track map is up there on your race screen, making sure there's no lap cars coming along, and there are not. 2 laps to go. 3 laps to go on the speedway. Last lap times are up there on your on the program right now. A 16.9 for Michael, a 16.9 for Todd. Ryan back here in fourth has a 16.9, and Chris right there with them with a 17 flat. As a white flag waves, and one more time around Knoxville Raceway here for the C main. Todd kind of searching all over this racetrack, trying to find a little bit of grip for that B main event. It's going to be a little bit tougher to advance out of that. As everyone slowly comes to the line, checker flag waves for the 75 machine of Michael, and he is into the B main event. Now can he get up to the A main event? The driver that's third in the championship point standings.
I'm on my way home. 10,000 miles that I've walked in circles to get back to you. Now I'm on my knees, crawling back to you. You put your arms around me. I'm suffocating more and more. I feel so numb under your love.
Championship points up there on your screen as well, and there you go. You can kind of figure out who's here in the B main. Zach J. Miller leads it, but he did not. He was not able to connect tonight. He was not able to race. Thomas Brandon, he won his heat race. He's there in the A main. Michael, he's back here. Top 4 advances. Let me double check real quick. Sorry, clicked the wrong button. Yeah, it's top 4. Here's a grid for the Bravo. Bryce, 4 Horsemen Racing. He's on pole. Jeremiah there in second place. Daniel Hall, third. Trent Verstappen, 4th place. Jacob, 5th. Jordan, 6th. Eric, 7th. Tim, 8th. Todd, Michael, another Todd, Chris, and Ryan rounding out the field. 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th place. Those are drivers from the C main as they try to work their way all the way up to the top 4. Drivers are stacked up, backed up, wheel to wheel, wing to wing. Knoxville Raceway. And this is going to get fun. Real fun. 12 laps around this half-mile racetrack. Green flag out, and Bryce with a good jump on the field. Checking on board back here, back in 6th place is Eric. As they got a lot of good racing side by side, multiple rows deep as Eric works the bottom side of the racetrack. He tries to get to the outside wall. Jordan Netter all over his back gas tank as they try to come off at turn number 2. Drag race down the backstretch. They're 3 wide right behind them. And here comes the 75 machine of Michael. He is coming to life as he rips the boards down in turns 1 and 2, ripping the lip up there on the high and scary side. And he's up to P5, 3 wide down into turn number 3. Beating and banging Jordan Edders with that Navy machine all the way down to the inside, trying to root out Eric. And look at the mess back here, man. The gaggle of race cars. Out of the visor machine of Todd. I was looking as everyone is slowly starting to work this bottom side roll all the way down to the inside curb. Back up front, though, Michael does have it. He is in our Charger as of right now. He's moved up 6 spots, but it is not over yet. The number 20 machine trying to put as much pressure on him as he possibly can. And Michael slams the outside wall as he gets loose, jumps a cushion. The guy that was in 4th place falls all the way back to 11th, and another night. Another event. Things just did not go his way. Back up front we go. We are side by side, swapping for the race lead. Daniel R. Hall down to the bottom machine. In the purple machine. Bryce is our race leader. Hall right there in 2nd place. Trent right there with them, waiting for a mistake to happen. And look at this, the number 20 machine. So he tries to capture 3rd place. Two more laps around the racetrack. The top 4 advances. You can throw a blanket over the top 4. How aggressive do you want to be with only 2 laps to go? You're in the A main event. From the B main, if you just survive here in the top 4, but these drivers are still racing hard. Down the backstretch and down into turn number 3, they work side by side racing for Trent back here. As a white flag is going to wave, we keep it on board right here on the 4th spot. Jordan Eder is the outside looking in, and he just needs some racing luck on his side as they get single filed out. Jordan throws a huge haymaker all the way to the outside. Does he have enough speed to the line? And no, he does not. And the checkered flag is going to wave, and the 65 machine going to be on the outside looking in, and Bryce with a checkered flag. Daniel R. Hall 2nd, Trent 3rd. As the results are up there on your screen, and man, what another tough night. Warm-up session. Who's going to take advantage of it? Who's going to take advantage of the free laps? A little bit of tuning up your race car. I need as much practice I can get. National Auto Racing Club. You guys can go check them out on Facebook if you guys would like to join this action. That is National Auto Racing Club. Title sponsor, School of Sim Racing. Thank you to those 3 sponsors up there in the top right too. King Clothing is one of them, as they rotate in and out. Reading through some of these comments, Jason Coleman says, is Pujanowski racing tonight? No, man, he races Tuesday and Thursdays nights for the John Osmond Memorial, which you can watch here and only here on WhiskeyOval_TV. Now says, hey, Jason Coleman. See, you got Buddy there in the comment section. And then Jason said, what's up, pal? See, we're making friends. We're making friends here on Whiskey Oval. Dennis Everett says, let's go Dylan Everett. Nobody taking advantage of the practice. They might not want these guys to practice. Maybe that's a rule. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's kind of a different thing. But I like it. I like to know. I kind of like to know practice stuff. Race info one last time. If you guys missed it, track length 0.51 miles. Temperature a little cold out here at Knoxville. 51 degrees. Oh, no, there we go. Now we're just going to jump right all the way up to 91. As the checker flag waves. And we're getting ready to rock and roll with the Mac Daddy Show. The A main event. And there it is, man. Look at the sky. Completely pitch black. The lights are on. And I tell you, man, from the heat races to here, the vibe of this racetrack. I never knew why they showed open wheel race cars there on that big screen. Just a little thought, I guess. But here we go. We're getting ready for the Mac Daddy Show, and here is a lineup for this 30-lap event, National Auto Racing Club, School of Sim Racing. Here's a grid. Thomas Brandon, the guy that's P2 in points. Team SSR Elite. Number 35 machine, Daniel Kelly back there in second place with Kelly Motorsports. Waylon Wilson third. Jeffrey Hendrick from the crazy state of California. He's back in fourth place. Corey Austin, Precision Performance Racing, number 92 machine. He's back in fifth. Sixth place, Give It a Pete with Rockin' Motorsports. Kurt Ney back in seventh. Todd Wallace, eighth place. Fifth row, 5 rows deep. Patrick Spengler back in 9th, and Dylan Evers in 10th place. Hunger Buster of Kale in 11th, and Mr. Pike back to our 12th spot. 13, Kyle Madsen and Eric Summerfield round out that row. The third to last row, Robert Boggs, Chris Schaefer, Bryce, Daniel, Trent, and Jeremiah rounding out the field. They're in the 19th and 20th spot. Fireworks are shooting off. These drivers getting to go to war for 30 laps around Knoxville. And ladies and gentlemen, we are stacked up, we're backed up, and we're getting ready to rock and roll in the grain of flag waves. These drivers are on lap number 3. That's the lap they're working, and look at the lead Thomas Brandon has as he makes that weird sort of entry down into turn number 3 and 4. But man, what a lead he has, and that car looks like it's absolutely on rails. Waylon Wilson, Jeffrey, they're going to battle it out for second place as Waylon Wilson up there next to the outside wall as he works down the backstretch. Will with the number 42 machine of Jeffrey Hendrick, and the yellow flag is going away for the first time tonight here on lap number 4. And caution laps do not count here for the National Auto Racing Club, so we will have a true 30-lapper main event for these 360 sprint cars. So everyone has to slow up all the horsepower and everything that they made. They're going to have to restack them and repack them. Dylan Evers showing red up on the program. We'll see what happened. Oh, car got loose right there in front of him, and he goes barrel rolling. He is okay, though. He is able to drive it off. One more time. Let's check this out. Cockpit mode. Big Dog Racing. Check this out. Car got loose there in front of me, and he... Goodness gracious. Hold on to your steering wheel. Just let it go before it rips off your arms. Back to live mode, back to race mode. Patrick Spengler is unofficially our hard charger. He's up to 4th place in that number 10 machine. That Bumblebee looking car. The all black and yellow. As he is inside the top 5, sitting there in 4th place. Daniel Kelly right there behind him. Daniel Kelly has lost 3 spots since the initial green flag. As he tries to settle in here. Nerves are up, man. League racing. It's nerve-wracking. Work all week long. You race with these guys week in and week out. And once that green flag waves, man, your heart rate is up. Lights on the pace truck is off. We'll have a single file restart here at Knoxville Raceway for the National Auto Racing Club. Working lap number 4 right after our first yellow flag. Thomas Brandon has it. The guy that's P2 in points. Waylon Wilson is second on the boards. Jeffrey third. Patrick, Daniel Kelly. Back under green flag racing we go. And this could be a huge points night for this, or a huge point night for this number 35 machine if he can survive and just finish here in the top 5 even. Heck, even the top 10 would be a huge night for him. As a guy that is leading the points championship was not able to make the race tonight due to what I've heard was internet connections. Michael, the guy that's sitting in 3rd place, did not make the Mac Daddy show. So Thomas Brandon is sitting 2nd in the championship standings, and right now he is leading as he works down the backstretch. Everybody's slowly starting to reel him in though. He goes down to the bottom side, and he lost all sorts of speed. And we are swapping for the race lead. Waylon Wilson, hold on to it. Throw a blanket over the top 5. Don't forget about Patrick Spangler here. Moving up 4 spots. Since the initial green flag and then all black and yellow car. The 19 car, Waylon Wilson goes way high. So we're side by side racing for this front pack. Top 5, throw a blanket over him. Thomas Brandon leads it as he rips the lip. He finds a spot back up to the outside boards, trying to hold back Corey Austin, but Corey Austin wants to lead bad as they work lap number 10 of 30. 20 more laps to go. Almost 3 wide down the backstretch. Dropping right inside the cockpit mode, right out of the visor of Mr. Spangler as he works this P5 spot. He gets loose down into turn 1. They slip and slide. And man, if he can just get a little bit of grip, it's a 42 machine. Jeffrey just chops off his nose. Tries to shut the door on him. He does not want him to the inside. Daniel Kelly, he has lost 4 spots since the initial green flag. He's trying to reel him back in. And check this out, way back here in the pack, we still got some good racing. 8th place, Robert Boggs is in it. Pike, Todd Wallace, Daniel Hall. As I pull the gap up there on the scoring tower, Thomas Brandon has basically no lead whatsoever. Now he has a 0.2 second lead as we are side by side back here. Slide job, that was Pike that slides it all the way up to the outside wall right in front of Robert Boggs. Daniel R. Hall rounding out the top 10. But John, he wants it as well. On board with Jeremiah back here in the 14th spot. Look at the mess that he has to slice and dice through. Track map is up there on your race screen. That is a running order. First place, working down into turn number 3 right now. So back up front we go. And look at this, side by side, slide job for the lead. That's going to be Corey Austin. He slides it to the outside. And we have a new race leader. Thomas Brandon falls back to P2. Wilson holding down 3rd place. Trying to buy his time as he tries the outside. He had a check out of it big time. That could have been catastrophic. Patrick Spangler still working 4th place. Jeffrey Hendrick back here in the top 5. So we watch these top guys run for a little bit, and look at that line that they're running. They're just floating it. That butterfly line, they started at the bottom, just kind of floated all the way to the outside line. Knoxville Raceway has completely slicked up. Last lap times are up there on your screen. Once Corey Austin got the lead, he is not looking back. A 17.8 was his last lap time as they come across the line, and those numbers will update. A 17.8, Thomas Brandon a 17.9, Wilson 17.9, and 4th place of Spangler. as he moved up 5 spots. He ran at 18 flat, and the yellow flag waves. And that half a second lead that Corey Austin had, almost, it was basically a 1 second lead over Thomas Brandon. That just vanished just like that. Everyone's going to slow it back up. They're going to restack them, repack them. Everyone's going to get lined up. They're going to get right back after it. A lot of cars are showing red up on the program. So before we watch this replay, this could be very bad. Here we go. And there it is. That's what was bad about it, and almost T-boned him. Caught right at his front nose. He slams the outside wall right after that. Try it one more time. A little bit different angle here. Watch this 20 car. And the 88 machine of Trent gets crazy loose up there on the high side, and he just had absolutely nowhere to go. He smashes him. Then it's just a hold on for the ride after that. 2 cars flipping, and 1 car gets completely destroyed. Back to line mode, back to race mode we go. Corey Austin is our race leader in that all red car. He got the lead. He's moved up 4 spots since the initial green flag. Best lap time is up there on the race screen, and he does have it at 17.699. Is a quick time out there. Wilson, though, right there behind him with a 17.708. Back under green flag racing. Very, very slick track here in Knoxville. Patrick Spangler hugging that inside berm, trying to get as much grip as he possibly can to rock it off the bottom side. There's a gearbox camera. That's what he has behind him. A bunch of hungry hounds as they work down the backstretch once again and down into turns number 3 and 4. Jeffrey Hendrick is going to follow him right down there to the bottom side. Gap is up there on the screen, and Corey Austin is absolutely on rails, almost a 1 second lead. Give him a 1 second lead, and he is just extending it every single straightaway. As he is definitely the car to beat here in 9th. The only thing that can beat him is probably himself. Thomas Brandon just trying to finish it up here. Have a huge points night, a huge point swing if he can just finish it. Waylon Wilson, he started in 3rd. He's still in 3rd place, trying to hold back Spangler. Now Patrick, he's going to float it all the way up to the cushion. Watch out for Jarrett Pike, though. And the number 10 machine just trying to find a way around Waylon Wilson as he almost loses it coming off of 4. And here we go inside the cockpit as he hits the inside wall. He's still stuck to it. That backstretch is getting crazy bumpy. Speed bumps there on the backstretch. So everyone kind of single files out. We'll check on board here in the back part of the racetrack. And we have a car spinning. Kyle Madsen, he spins coming off of turn 4 after he gets hit. And the yellow flag is going to wave as we was working lap 26 of 30. Third yellow flag of the night is going to wave, and we're going to have to restack them once again. And that's one thing that Corey Austin definitely did not want to see, as he had a 2.5-second lead once again. Here's what happened. Kyle Madsen, he goes flying to the outside. He just gets glued to it. way off the speed. And some of these drivers just had nowhere to go. That was my take. That was my quick take. As he goes down to pit road. Make sure we're live mode back to race mode. We are going to be single file. Now this Thomas Brandon, did he learn anything on those last two restarts? Can he try to time it right? Can he just get in front of Corey Austin and just try to hold him off? The lights on the pace truck's going to be off this time by. You gotta remember too, man, this start finish line is kind of farther down the front stretch. It's not right there in the middle of the racetrack. Just tossing that out there. Will it come to play? I have no idea. But did you guys see that black Suburban? They're on the road. That was the first time that I've ever seen that. 4 laps to go. I have this 30-lap Mac Daddy show. And Corey Austin, what a run he has had, man. Definitely the class of the field. Moved up 4 spots. The top 5 going to War Pike. He's moved up 7. But Daniel Hall has moved up 11 spots since initial green flag. And here we go, back under green flag racing here at Knoxville Raceway. Thomas trying to do everything he can to stay to the back bumper. Look at here, though. Battle for third place got heated. And back on back, we're still wheel to wheel. Daniel Hall to the outside. He works to the outside of the racetrack. Pike right there in front of him. Yes, Jeffrey there to the inside. Will Jeffrey try to slide it up right into the gap? Top 4 all single file down. Still, we may have contact. Jeffrey almost lost it. He's still losing it down into turn number 1. I have no idea how those drivers were able to keep it straight. And here comes a hunger buster of Kale as he tries to do the crossover. White flag is going to wave one more time around. Back up front we go. Corey Austin, huge lead. And look at this. Thomas Brandon, he got caught. Patrick Spangler to the outside. As he rips a lip, he's going to try to cut down. Waylon Wilson was there. There was almost huge contact. Drag race to the line. And Patrick Spangler looks like he captured that P2 spot. As a checker flag waves, the fireworks shoot off. And Corey Austin is our race leader here for the National Auto Racing Club with only 2 more races to go now. And man, what a huge point swing. What a huge point swing. This was a point swing. Zach J. Miller was our championship leader. He did not make the start. Thomas Brandon finished 3rd. Michael did not make the Mac Daddy show here tonight. Robert Boggs is there in 4th place and points, and he finished in 7th. So things are getting tight. I would try to do the calculations, but I'm not for sure exactly how the points work. They get points for heat races and all that stuff, so you guys can go check it out on National Auto Racing Club. It's Facebook page. And check out all the latest updates for that. As the A main results are up there on your screen. We'll try to talk to the top 3. Man, what a run by Corey Austin, though. A 1.2 second lead. Oh, yeah, Spangler and Brandon. A 1.2, so a .236. Brandon, a .2 of 5.4. We'll talk to the top 3 drivers. I drag them in, and Thomas Brandon looks like he's going to be scored in 3rd place. And Thomas, man, what a run you had. Led plenty of laps. Corey Austin got around you, and man, you had a fight all the way to the finish line there.
Yeah, it was, man. It was a hard battle, and it was a lot of fun. So, those guys, Corey was fast tonight, man, and Patrick and Waylon were all over the back of me, man. It was a hard, tough race.
Man, this track looked like it got completely bumpy, but man, it kind of looked like just a good old classic Knoxville race where everyone just kind of slides up to that outside wall.
Yeah, it was, man. Pretty much the slider line seemed to be the only line working tonight. Every time I would try to go to the bottom or something like that, you could just see the Corey would just pull away from me even more than he was, when I was running the same line. And so, pretty much my car was working the slider line, and that was about it. Couldn't really get it to work anywhere else.
Man, a huge points night for you. You started second in points. Zach J. Miller did not make the start, and I believe you are now our new points leader with only 2 races to go.
Yeah, probably it should be in the points lead. Definitely a good points night. I mean, it sucks that Zach couldn't make it tonight, man. I definitely was looking forward to racing with him, but yeah, all in all, good points night, and we'll look to hopefully have a good close to the season these last 2 weeks. We've been doing pretty good these last few weeks, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Well, congratulations on this point or this third place finish, and congrats on possibly the new points lead. You got any friends, family, sponsors that you'd like to thank?
Yeah, first of all, I mean, I just want to thank, my wife, Sonia, and my kids, Angie and Isaac. I mean, they're great and supportive with everything I do, and the SSR community, and, just for everybody that's in it and a part of it. It's just awesome. I want to thank, my guys over at Team SSR, and then also all the guys over at the Elbows Up Sim Sport team. Those guys help out the SSR community a ton, and they're always there and always helping us, and they're just awesome, man. And then 5-6 Graphics, Personal Evolution company, and then I want to give a special thanks just to Bruce and Greg and Mike and Kale and Tony, and everybody who helps with SSR and this league.
Very cool, man. Hopefully I'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good, man. Thanks for the broadcast. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, man. Thomas Brandon finishing there in P2. But the man, or sorry, P3. But the man that moved up 6 spots since the initial green flag where he started from, and man, Patrick Spangler, he was fighting all night long out there.
Early on, the first turn, I know what happened. Went 9th to 5th and had the bottom going, but I got stuck behind Jeff for like 14 laps. Couldn't get around him. I kept having to check up. Turn 1 and 2, I was really fast in. And then at the end, everybody's running slider line, so it made it tough to pass.
Yeah, we was watching, man. You was definitely trying to make that bottom side work. He wasn't really running that slider line, but how was that bottom side?
If you get low enough in 1 and 2 without jumping up on the berm, it was really fast. None of the top guys were getting that low, but I was getting good runs out of turn 2, but then it went away towards the end.
So you guys had a warm-up here. Obviously, the National Auto Racing Club, you guys do a little bit different, but I don't think you guys made any practice laps out here.
No practice laps. Ran the qualifying, the heat race, and then just the A main. So going from heat 1 to the A main, the track changed a lot there.
So did you just have to use your experience with the car setup and everything like that?
Yeah, because usually they turns into a slider line at this track, which is how slick it gets. But there was having it be on the bottom. I like running the bottom, so helped me out at the beginning. Get back up to the front.
Well, man, congratulations to the second place finish. You had one awesome race, moved up, I think 6 spots since the initial green flag, man. So congrats on this P2. You got any friends, family, teammates that you'd like to thank?
So I thank all the guys at Wide Open Motorsports making it fun to race, and have for you putting a broadcast on, and Tommy putting the SSR league on. I just finished in this league so far, so doing good tonight.
Very cool, man. Well, hopefully I'll see you next week.
Thanks. See you next week.
Patrick Spangler moving up 2 spots, but Corey Austin is the guy that had the checker flag. And Corey, once you took the lead, man, you was absolutely on rails and you did not look back.
Yeah, the car was really fast tonight. I hit the setup just right.
Yeah, what I was talking to Patrick about, man, you guys had no warm-up or nothing, so you guys just jumped straight into the heat races, and then you jumped straight into the A main show and just duked it out. Is that, how difficult is that?
I knew it was going to slick off, so I knew I had to tighten the car up quite a bit. It was, I was hoping to get some warm-up laps, but that didn't happen, so I just over-tightened it, and it worked.
Man, I think you had the fastest lap time, too. So man, this car is absolutely on rails. So a guy like me, man, how do you get around this place? What's the keys and the tricks for it?
this track changes every time I get on it. Sometimes it's slider line, sometimes it's all bottom, sometimes it's all top. Today, for me, it was slider line that worked for me.
Just set it in and just float it all the way up to the outside and just hopefully it sticks before you smash the outside wall.
Yes, sir. Just hang on to it. And when you hit that cushion, hope it grabs and pulls you off of it.
Well, man, congratulations on this win. And, man, you put on one heck of a show. You had plenty of speed in that number 92 machine. You got any friends, family, sponsors that you would like to thank?
I like to thank PPR for helping me out, Miller Family Trucking and Gage Agronomy. And like to thank Tommy and SSR guys over here. I don't ever get to make it over here much, but when I do, they're a great group to run with. And you for putting on the broadcast. Appreciate it, Jake.
Yep, absolutely, man. Hopefully you can race with us next week for the last two races.
I want to try to make them.
All right, man. We'll hopefully see you then.
Thanks.
Corey Austin with a checkered flag here tonight, and just absolutely on rails. Huge point swing. Once again, talked about this a lot as well. Back to live mode, back to race mode. These are the point standings coming in here tonight. Don't know what they will be after tonight. Go to National Auto Racing Club. They'll have the updated points. Thomas Brandon should be our points leader. Robert Boggs was sitting fourth in points. He had a good night back there. He finished in seventh place. Ryan, our last week's winner, did not get to make the start in the A main show. Tyler Wilson, I don't think he was in this race either. Daniel R. Hall, seventh in points, and he finished sixth up there. So, man, it's going to be a lot of point swings. Only two more races to go for the National Auto Racing Club, the 360 or the All-Star 360 Sprint Cars. And anything could happen at this point. Knoxville Wilson I, they go to Weed Sport, and then they finish out their season. Their 12-race season at the dirt track at Charlotte. And, man, the dirt track at Charlotte, that's a good one to finish a season at. Lots of different lines there. Congratulations to all these drivers that made it here tonight. Thanks for putting on a good show. We had some cool wrecks, too. A lot of flipping. I like flipping. Corey Austin, Patrick Spangler, Thomas Brandon, top three. Waylon Wilson, fourth. Jareth Pike, fifth. Daniel, sixth. Robert, seventh. Hungerbuster, Caleb, eighth. Jeffrey, ninth. Bryce, rounding out the top 10. Kurt, 11th. Daniel, 12th. John, 13th. Todd, 14th. Trent, 15th. In these last spots, Kyle Madsen, 16th. Eric Summerfield, Jeremiah, 18th. And 19th and 20th, Chris and Dylan. With Wide Open Motorsports and Big Dog Racing. Thank you all for tuning in here tonight to Whiskey_TV. It means a lot to me. Thanks for all the likes, the shares, and the comments. It's very cool. Always love the support. It's been a fun journey, this broadcasting thing. Got lots to learn, man. Learned a lot and still got lots to learn. Make plenty of mistakes. But it's fun, and thank you all for watching these broadcasts. If you like them or not, thank you just for tuning in. We'll see these guys back next Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, here and only here on Whiskey_TV for a National Auto Racing Club School of Sim Racing. You've heard these drivers talk about it all season long. Go get joined up, man. Go jump into the School of Sim Racing's Discord page. It's absolutely unbelievable. Lots of good stuff. Free setups, all sorts of leagues, a lot of fun races, one-on-one training. You name it, they got it. Anyways, I'm done rambling. Everyone, please take care. Stay healthy. Be nice. Don't be a mean person. Mean people suck. Enjoy some iRacing.com. This is the last week before the big break, the big updates and whatnot. Bristol Dirt Track. I guess it's kind of been official for a while, but now it's even becoming more official. Or like March 12th or something somewhere along those lines. Bristol Dirt will be out. Everyone will be tackling that racetrack. All right, till next Wednesday night, National Auto Racing Club for the final two races. I'll have the updated points. But until Wednesday, everyone take care. I'll talk to you then.